Well, hello all. Well, finally some new environmental science is coming out. A new update on atmospheric CO2 and other gases has come out by several scientific agencies. One of them happens to be NOAA. So let's see what they have to say about all this. Atmospheric greenhouse gas concentrations hit a new record level. We have a lot of work to do to make meaningful progress in reducing the amount of greenhouse gases accumulating in the atmosphere, said NOAA scientists. Now, it's important that we pay attention to these guys. I know a lot of people don't believe in science anymore. That seems to be the ongoing thing now, is you don't believe in what scientists, teachers, librarians, anybody with authority tell you. You just say it's all phony and go on with your life. Well, that's fine, but that doesn't change anything in the atmosphere of the planet Earth. The three most critical heat-trapping gases in the Earth's atmosphere again reached record levels last year, the U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration said Friday, April 5, 2024. Human-caused greenhouse gases are carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide. These continued their steady climb during 2023. These increased steadily during the past decade. Global surface concentrations averaged 419.3 parts per million last year alone. That is an increase of 2.8 parts per million. It was the 12th straight year in which worldwide CO2 concentrations rose by more than 2 parts per million. And, we've been talking about this all year, about how it keeps increasing more and more per year. And that's, of course, what NOAA found. Methane is 87 times more potent over the 20-year period, increased by 10 parts per billion to 1,922.6 parts per billion. Nitrous oxide rose by 1 part per million to 336.7 parts per billion. Now, let's look at some charts, and as you can see here, there's every reason to be worried about all these greenhouse gas emissions. We're not cutting down. Do you see any part in the charts that show that we're cutting down, that all this work we're doing with windmills and wind farms and solar and hydro and anything else we can come up with is making a bit of difference? No, because we're constantly increasing the output of these greenhouse gas emissions, just like we're increasing drilling for oil and producing oil, which means that we're putting out more greenhouse gas emissions. So you can continue to try and abate this by doing more electric this and electric that, but if the increased oil production increases, then that means that we're going to be burning more and more fossil fuels, which stops any increase of electric power. So you might as well just give up unless you stop and reduce your fossil fuel emission. It's obvious that we have a long way to go and that we're not making much progress really at all. And even though the politicians have these grand and glorious ideas of how to stop it, which are correct, the people themselves don't seem to want to go along with it and are against it all the way, especially here in the U.S. We don't want to make any progress about cutting fossil fuels and increasing our electricity by renewable sources. That's just not on the agenda for most people. And as you can tell here on YouTube, anybody that does environmental science is getting all this flack for even pushing such ideas. It's ridiculous, people. Whether you believe in science or not, it is what the facts are. We just went through one of the warmest winters the globe has ever seen in the northern hemisphere, and already we're seeing fires breaking out all over the world in the northern hemisphere. We'll be going through that next, probably on the next video or the one after that. But yeah, we're already starting a dangerous summer of fires and other problems, huge storms. They're predicting record hurricanes in the Atlantic. There's all kinds of reasons why we should start thinking about believing in science again and stop going back to the 1600s, to where they burned witches and that kind of thing because they didn't believe in science. It is time to get with the program. And if we put somebody in office around the world, if we put bad leaders in office, it's only going to make things much, much worse. So think about what you're doing, think about how you're going to vote, and think about how you can try and mitigate your fossil fuel footprint, because we all have to do it. It can't just be the government. The government's too small to cope with such nonsense. So, YouTube has been doing something very strange to all the videos. They reduce the likes and the ups, and as you get video views, you'll look one day, you'll have an amount, a number, and the next day it'll be down by 10%, and the day after that it'll be down 10 more percent, and before you know it, there's, according to YouTube, hardly anybody's watching your videos at all. So if you could, go ahead and give it a like. Maybe we can counteract the YouTube algorithm now, which is penalizing anybody that talks about this subject. But I'll continue to talk about it until we get down to no viewers at all, and then I'll stop. But until then, we'll see you next time here on The Pink Barrio.